Alrighty, so a couple of days ago, I made a video about the opening ceremony of the Olympics in which they actually displayed a blasphemous depiction of the Last Supper. So basically, everybody knows this because there is a popular painting from Leonardo da Vinci depicting the Last Supper, and this is what they try to emulate. However, instead of actually putting people that are representative of what that picture actually depicts, they actually started putting hypersexualized people, you know, drag queens and the likes of them, including a child in the midst of that hypersexualization representation of a certain community that they have been using to push politics. Now, me being a person who is part of a community that has been used to push politics in the likes of BLM and the likes of them, knows this, that not everybody from that particular community will go for this type of thing. So I made a video about it, covering all the basics regarding the fallout after that show, talking about how the Olympics has now gone on to delete that particular video from their own website. You know, you can't find it anywhere, and has now gone on to start copyright claiming from anybody who actually shows those videos out there. However, the Olympics released a statement claiming that they were not trying to make a depiction of the Last Supper and so on and so forth, essentially trying to gaslight people. And since then, I've been having people come over to my comment section to attack me for spreading false news or fake news. One person came out to say it was not depicting, or trying to say depicting, but said detecting the Last Supper. It was depicting an ancient Greece bacchanal that dates back to before 2000 BC or 200 BC, so before Christ, right? The same person attacked me and said that I don't do my research, so I'm coming out here to spread fake news. The person said it is literally not an opinion about the Olympics, because I said that's your opinion. If you think that's what they were trying to depict, that's your opinion. I'm not going to argue with you on that. But the person came back to me and said it's literally not an opinion. The Olympics put out a press release stating it was a bacchanal, which goes back to 200 BC. That means before Christ. You just failed to do any research, or at least diversify your research with unbiased information. First things first, I did do an unbiased information. I gave you an unbiased information, so I agree with that. I'm pretty sure you're trying to say that I am biased in this particular information. However, that's not what I did. You guys can go and check out that video. There were a lot of things that I said, and I said why we as Christians shouldn't be reacting, because one of the key things, the gift that God has given us all, is free will, and people are free to do whatever they want to do, including mock God. It is not in our own place to try to stop them, but it is in our own place to praise God whenever that's happening. That's our defense, right? Basically, show love. I even talked about God's two major commandments, claiming that, look, God says, love the Lord thy God above all else, because God is love. That is the definition of God. Also, I said, love your neighbor as yourself. You cannot love God if you don't love your neighbor as yourself. And why is this commandment? Because none of us are perfect. And I said the only difference between me and those people, because I'm not perfect, is that Jesus Christ, I believe he came, sacrificed his life, and died for my sins. That's the difference. That's what makes me righteous. It's not because I'm perfect or better than them, so I cannot judge. I stated things like this: do not judge lest ye be judged. You know, all this sort of stuff, right? Basically, what Christians should do. However, people are coming out here to say that I am giving out fake news. First things first, I'm going to show you guys what the Olympic statement really actually is from the Olympic Federation themselves. Have a listen to this and tell me if you heard the word bacchanal. I've read this statement in many places. I've not heard the word bacchanal, that's the celebration that they were actually depicting. Check this out.
It was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group.
No, there was.
I think that Majoli really tried to really intend to celebrate community tolerance. That was his word yesterday. And
so I have to first ask, why is it that the representation of any community should be a hypersexualized representation of that community? Why? Are you trying to tell me that there aren't any gay people who wear suits, who wear ties, who dress normally like every normal, everyday human being, who wear t-shirt and jeans, who just want to be normal like everybody else, right? Why is it that the definition of anybody from any community has to be what they look like and what's in between their legs and who they want to sleep with? Why? Why should you do that? Since when is it that the drag queen community is now the representation of love, right? Seriously, these are questions people need to be asking these people, because it's message of division that they are pushing, and we need to understand this. Let's continue to listen to what she had to say.
Looking at the result of the polls that we shared, we believe that this ambition was achieved. If people have taken any offense, we are, of course, really, really sorry.
Okay, so how is the message achieved, the message of unity achieved, if people are taking offense? You have just contradicted yourself. You just contradicted yourself. You're offending people and you're preaching message of unity. It's not possible to do both at the same time. If it's a message of unity, the message of unity from the Olympics was displaying the athletes, letting them march in, let the whole world see them and celebrate them, not put them on a boat and just fly them past, zoom, zoom, zoom. And even the commentaries didn't even get enough time to actually talk about every country fully so that people can understand the history behind whatever the country that is coming in and the people that they are coming in, to have a little bit of an understanding. For instance, a couple of years ago, when Saudi Arabia were marching past, there was one woman amongst them who came to run, and they talked about the history of Saudi Arabia not allowing women to run or to participate in the Olympics up until now. This is a historical moment. But this year, you wouldn't be able to hear that because the boats were just flying past, having 3 countries in them, and you're taking moments away from some of the athletes because they couldn't fit on the boat. So not all of the athletes from every country fit in that boat. So you've taken that moment away from them, because when they participate in the actual Olympics, some of them are not going to win. So where is their glory moment? The beginning. That's their glory moment. That's the time everybody celebrates everybody. That's the message of unity. However, we know what they wanted to do. But people come at me and say that, it's a celebration about Bacchanal. Now, let me tell you about Bacchanal. Now, regardless of the fact that Bacchanal is kind of like a Greco-Roman celebration, Bacchanal has nothing to do with Greeks celebrating it. It's a Roman celebration that has a Greek theme. Let's read a little bit about it, because it's like when I'm saying something like this, people are saying my research is kind of like biased. I think I have an article here that actually shows this thing. Okay, so let's read a little bit about this article so that you can see exactly what Bacchanal, the thing that these people are telling me that this is the theme that they based it upon, and how this is so false, it cannot be true at all. So Bacchanal, the wild and controversial ancient festival of Greco-Roman times. Greco-Roman cult parties known as Bacchanal are amongst the most infamous ancient gathering recorded in history. During the 3rd and 2nd centuries BC, Romans hosted these lavish, loud, multi-day festivals to honor Bacchus, the god of wine, right? But that's the Roman version of Dionysous, the god of wine for the Greeks, right? The Bacchanal or Bacchanalinia often spiraled into chaos with rumors of poisonings and murder circulating around the event. So how is this a representation of love, for goodness sake, right? How is this a representation of unity? It's not even a Greek celebration. It is a private festival run by the upper echelons of the Roman elites, right? These are the people that are running this. So how does this come into play? So that's absolutely absurd. That person was not the only person that I wanted to address today as far as the comments go. Someone else told me that me actually putting Joe Rogan, who made that claim, a very, very genuine claim, a claim that everybody knows across the world, said, yeah, Christians are the most mocked people or the most mocked religion in the world. Right now, we are facing a lot of mockery. People like Elon Musk and people like Top G in Andrew Tate and so on and so forth, Piers Morgan, they're all accusing Christians of not reacting to this, that we don't stand for anything. Mocking Christians, right? They are trying to say they are standing for Christians, but they are mocking Christians because they know nothing about Christianity. We don't go out there trying to fight for God. God fights for us. So if you mock God, he's commanded us that everybody has free will to do whatever it is they do, but it is our opportunity to praise God, which is what some people did in France. The way of protest, they came together and they sang and they praised God, and then they left. And that's it. That's just about it. That's how Christians should do. Not go about destroying things, not go about trying to behead people that they blaspheme against your God. If your God is that powerful, why are you the one that is having to do that for your God? So we don't do that as Christians, and we don't answer to man. We answer to God. So don't let anybody try to convince you otherwise. So this person was angry because Joe Rogan made a statement of fact, and I put it on that video. He said, my man, the whole Joe Rogan opening about Christians being the most put upon religion is just stupid. Why? You tell me, why is it just stupid? He said, people not paying reference to your particular religion is not persecution. That's not the issue. People not paying reference is not the issue. You're making a wrong argument right here. People directly trying to mock the religion is an issue. That's why people are taking issues with it and calling it out. But we are not being violent about it. We are not attacking anyone about it. We're not burning down buildings about it. We're not doing anything offensive regarding it. We're just calling it out that this is what they are trying to do. Now it goes on to say, someone disagreeing with your religion, opinion, and beliefs is not persecution. That's exactly not what they did. Somebody mocking your religion is persecution. Now, they're trying to say generally that Christians have a victim mentality. We don't have a victim mentality. We're just calling out what is wrong. If it's wrong, you call it out that this is wrong or this is what they're trying to do. The Olympic Committee knew this. That's why they took down those videos. That's why they are trying to copyright claim anybody who shows those videos, because there are proof that this thing was a depiction of the Last Supper, including the fact that the theme of that particular ceremony, that particular display, happens to do with a reference to Last Supper, as Jonathan Pajou, a French-Canadian icon carver, YouTube and public speaker on symbolism, religion, and Orthodox faith. He is an editor of the Orthodox Arts Journal, so he knows about art, and the host of Symbolism World Blog and Podcast, and founder of Symbolism World Press, actually called them out on this. Luckily, and the good thing about this is that the dude is French, so he knew exactly what was going on. And this is what he had to say about the whole matter.
This is actually one of the funniest things about this event, is all these people and a lot of Christians going online saying, it's actually not the Last Supper. You know, it's the Feast of Dionysous. Why are all the Christians getting so annoyed? You know, I am educated. I understand that this is the Feast of Dionysous. The capacity of people to easily accept gaslighting is hilarious. The scene is clearly referencing the Last Supper. The name of the tableau was a wordplay in French, which is something like, basically, if you translate it into English, it means the scene of the Last Supper on the Seine River. Because in French, one of the words for the Last Supper is la Seine. And so, la Seine, de la Seine sur la Seine, right? And so, the name of the tableau was referencing the Last Supper.
Last Supper.
The head of the event said that he was referencing the Last Supper.
Last Supper.
The main person in the middle, the DJ, she posted on Instagram saying that it was the New Gay Testament.
That's Barbara Butch, and I'm going to show you guys that post before she deleted it.
Deleted, of course, the post later and changed it by saying, no, it is Dionysous. And so, first of all, clearly it was referencing Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper.
And the post that he's referencing is right here, right in front of you. This is the post that he's referencing where she says, oh yes, the New Gay Testament. This was what she posted initially, and then she took it down and then posted this. We'll forever be proud and support this movement of art. Reference The Feast of the Gods by Jean James van Bilget. I receive a lot more messages about my faith, but I have questions about yours. So she knew what she was doing. Let me enlarge this so that you can see clearly. Oh yes, the New Gay Testament. That was her post. So all of y'all who coming into my comment section trying to tell me that I am spreading some false news about what the Olympics did not do, you can take that to the bank. You can take it to the bank. And that's for us Christians out there. Many Christians who are now coming out to say, oh, we're so touchy. Christians should not do this. Christians should not do that. And so on and so forth. Dude, chillax. Stop buying into gaslighting just because they came out to say all of this. It took them 2 days to actually make this statement. If that's not what they were really going for, why couldn't they release a statement immediately? No, it didn't. It took them 2 days. And one of the key reasons why they did this is because somebody pulled out and they were scared, right? The Olympics opening ceremony, IOC takes down video from YouTube. ceasefire drops advertisement after backlash. So they were scared other people were going to drop their ads. Even Toyota was saying something about them dropping their ads from the Olympics. So don't come out here and start to try to attack me and tell me that I'm pushing out or false whatever, or I'm trying to make a reference to something that, you know, is very biased because I'm a Christian, so I'm coming from a Christian perspective. That's not true. Me on this channel, I've told you guys, I believe in empathy. I'm a bit of a libertarian because I believe everyone should have a free will to do whatever it is that you want to do in this world. I am also somebody who believes that, you know, you can be whoever you want to be. And us as Christians, all we are commanded to do is to love everybody. Love everybody as we love ourselves, right? People don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you, but we can actually find common grounds in which we love people. I judge people by actions. I don't judge people by color. So you can never, ever come at me and try to use, this victimhood narrative or mentality to actually put me down. And I feel like this is the type of message that I'm trying to preach on this channel, push on this channel. That's why I talk about the culture war and the political war that Hollywood has been trying to influence people with and push this message of divide on a consistent basis and try to expose them as much as possible so that more people can see things the way that I see. Because if we truly can see that there are people that are just sowing this seed of hate on a consistent basis and division, like the Olympics just tried to do, but it backfired on them bigly, then the world will start to become a better place. But in any case, you guys, let me know what you think about this video. Thank you guys for checking it out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, peace, and remember to love one another, and God bless you as you do. Peace and sires out. Bye-bye.